guest actually. Somebody I'm very extremely proud of, because he made his own way. He didn't do comedy by association. When I say comedy by association, there are several comics on the comedy circuit who made their names by associating themselves with other comedians, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's always lots of different ways in which you can make your way in the world of comedy. But this gentleman has, I would say he's laid his own trail. Yes, he did pass through the comedy school, but he laid his own trail. And his journey has been one that's been a pleasure to watch. And I'm now privileged to be able to introduce him to you. Some of you guys know him already, but please do bear with me and allow me to introduce him in my own way. Okay, Camilla, me not do thing like everybody else. Yeah, me do thing the way me want to do it. Yeah, so allow me. Yep.
Yeah, I was enjoying that, son. I was enjoying that. Yeah, keep it going. What on, son? Show me some more pictures of myself, man. Show me show me some more pictures of myself. It look good back there, boy. What's happening,
man? The one thing about you is you've always. I don't even think you had a choice in the matter of when it came to looking good. To be honest with you, I think it's something from what I can see. Anyway, it's something that has always been instilled.
It's been installed. Yeah, well, see, who's there? No, yeah, listen, it's been installed in me since I was a boy from my father. My father, yeah, he always dressed me one, in suits and the shoes, and he never allowed me to wear trainers at all. I didn't wear my first pair of trainers was when I was about 24.
Are you for real?
I'm for real. I never used to wear jeans. My father didn't like me wearing jeans because he considered jeans as being a Caucasian style. He didn't want me to wear jeans. Just trousers, shoes, shirt, tie. That was me. That was me. That was me.
Because where are your family from?
I'm St. Lucia. Wow, you see that picture there?
Yeah.
Look at
that here.
They could have taken me straight off that picture, put me straight on a jam jar, and it would have looked right. That's probably why I was scared of that term gollywog, because every time I say that I get offended. Hey, come on. No, yeah, that's me. I had hair when I was born. My mum said she always had trouble with me. She kept itching. You know when they say a woman itches because they got hair. Your baby got hair. Yeah. I came out with a full head of afro, bro.
Oh,
I was born at home.
Oh, you was born actually a home birth.
Messy wasn't the word. My mum came from church, and as soon as she came from church, she just stepped in. I wanted to come out, and that was it. And I was born in my house. I came out. All my sisters and my brothers were scared. They were screaming. You know what I mean? Because it must be an unusual thing for them, isn't it? My mum came from church with no baby. All of a sudden, there's little me. Yeah.
But was you expected, or was it one of those phantom, like, you know, those phantom pregnancies where women don't know, if you know what I mean?
Come on, my dad knew that it was it.
I'm not saying that as I'm having a pop, because I watch these programs on TV where they talk about females who are pregnant but don't know, and they end up either having the children on the toilet or in the bath.
No. I went full term. Term. And I came out. It's just that I was born at home. That's the only difference. It's like going to a hospital. My mom didn't want to go to hospital. She wanted me to be born at home, and I was born at home.
So where was you born? Was you born here, or was you born?
I was born in St. Lucia. Came over here though when I was like 7 years old.
Okay. And by the time then, what were your older siblings already here?
Yes, doing their thing. Yeah, doing their thing, man. And
so how many of you are there in total?
Five of us. There's 5 of us. I've got my older brother, who's a teacher, my sister, who's a headmistress. Then I got the coroner, who's in charge of all the hospitals, and the other accountant, and that's it. And then there's me.
Because when I met you, you were actually an accountant, if I'm correct.
I still am an accountant. That title doesn't go from me, but I'm an accountant.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in school. I studied. Did I study math? Yes, I did. I studied maths, but the reason why I studied it is different. I became good at maths. I never missed a lesson in maths, and the reason was that I enjoyed maths because well, you can't mention teachers' names, but fucking hell, Sister Kamel, she was fit, so I was in every lesson, bro. I didn't miss a lesson.
we had a teacher by the name of Miss Molyneux.
Yeah,
she was the only black teacher, and we used to threaten to peel her up.
Listen,
yeah, she closed the door and she goes, "Come on, then." Everybody sit down. Everybody sit down.
Well, it's the same sort of thing. We used to rush to get to the I used to. I mean, to get to the front seat, because back in the days when teachers sat down, they didn't have that. You know, when they sat down on the desk, they don't have that front cover. You can see straight.
Yeah.
Because she dressed.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I wasn't sexually active at that age.
Well, boy, I tell you,
I was just about football. I was just about football.
Yeah,
about football. I was just about. You know, I mean, we did do kiss chase and stuff like that, and you know what I mean. You know, the slow gal them will always get catch, and the ones them the ugly gal them try to get caught, and the pretty gal them want to scratch out your eyeball. You know what I mean? And that's why we start playing that game there.
Like Claudette said, Peter, you were born fast. What do you mean I was born fast? I came out slow. You mean? You want to preach him, not stop talk. When? What do you mean I wanted to preach? Oh, okay, go on there. Go on, Rudy.
Film teacher, yes. Film teacher. So what was you like at school? What was you like?
I was there's a difference between a joke and a comedian, right? I'm not a joke and a joke for no reason at all. But I was always the funny one, making jokes about everything. All right. And that's who I was. So sometimes I would come to the lesson and the teacher would always say to me, behave yourself. Behave yourself. That was it. It was behave yourself. So I had to go in there, but I couldn't help but make jokes about things that I saw, things that was happening. That's how I was throughout my whole life. That's it. That was it.
Because vice versa, I wasn't that child. I mean, I was waiting for the teacher to slip up and make them look like an idiot. That was deliberate on my part.
Right.
That was totally deliberate on my part, because the thing is that I was fighting authority because of the sort of heavy-handed way my dad used to behave when I was a child. Because obviously your home life has an effect on your social life when you go into school. You get what I mean? So I was never bullied. I was never bullied. My mouth was just too quick. Them because you know the bullies they're dense. They can't think. You know what I mean? So I used to take advantage of them. I'm gonna bring Liz in the room because she's familiar with you already.
Yeah.
So 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 why comedy? Why you're an accountant, you're a white collar worker, I mean, why would you want to go and sleep in B&Bs? Why would you want to do the open spots? Why would you want to do this?
Listen, I was like I said, I've always been funny, creative, and in school I used to write plays. Even as a little child, I used to just want to do a play, and I used to sing in the choir as well. And I only joined the choir because of a gal. Yeah, man, the girl drove me to the choir, man. I wanted to be everywhere with you. But that's the story. That's another story. But I've always been funny, according to everybody else. I've always been funny, fun to be around. So I just went naturally into comedy, and accountancy and comedy don't really mix in a way, because they're quite serious being an accountant. Don't get me wrong, I am quite serious when I want to be. But
you say that. You say that because I'm going to stop you here. Because what I like about you is you've actually got an alter ego. Where I've got to delete something in order to bring something up.
Yes.
But you've actually got an alter ego, which kind of like threw me, actually, to be honest with you. Just give me a sec. I want to delete something so I can bring something in. Yeah.
Original Garrison.
I've got so much stuff in here. I've just got to delete a few things so as I can bring this up.
Claudette, yeah,
Because
Claudette. I used to see.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to these people's questions.
Yeah, please do use the comments for a moment.
Yeah, Claudette, I could sing. I was in a Four Feathers Club, and what stopped me singing was I was approached by the drummer from Aswad, and he approached me, and I was a young boy, and he was a dread, and he said, "Yeah, boy, I'm one for singing. I'm a group," and I got scared of it because there was a stigma attached to Rastas at the time, and I was young, and I weren't always tall. I was quite short when I was young. I ran all the way home, you know. And I said I'm not going to sing again because these Rasta wanted to take me away and make me sing, so I stopped singing. But I sing background singing, but I stopped singing. That's what.
Yeah, but what I find is that you're prepared to have a go at every and anything.
Yes, in the entertainment industry, yeah. Well, and other things, but yeah.
No, but it seems like that's the way that you go, because even while you were still doing the comedy, you still had a veg.
The organic company.
The organic company. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the organic. Well, I started an organic company because I used to work for an organic company, and they were about to move back up north, up towards Leeds, and then I would be without a job. But I knew the job back to. I was the accountant, to tell the truth, at the organic company, and I said I can do this myself. So I made all the contacts, got all the gear in place, designed a flyer, made up what I wanted to do with the organic company. It was fruit and veg, by the way. And
you delivered some to me.
Yeah. I started ordering. I bought myself a van.
Do you see how I supported him?
and then I bought myself a van. It was a crack up, a horrible van. Let me tell you, it's a horrible van, but it started a business. Right. Yeah, and we grew so quick because the organic industry is very small. It's very small. It was only a handful of companies around at the time, and it was considered quite a snobbish thing to be in. Organic food, right? Anyway, I was in there, and it later was discovered that it was a black-owned company, and that's when everything started to go pear-shaped. And
it all starts to unravel.
Yeah,
it all starts to unravel.
All the customers decided not to go with me anymore because I was a black guy running an organic company, and it was just madness. Anyway, so I had to.
How did you work your way around that though? Because you always find solutions. This is what I love about you, Peter.
Right.
You always find solutions.
What I did, because organic was like fruit and veg, healthy foods, healthy in eating. I've trained around my brothers. We've trained all our lives. All right. So what I want you to do then is, all right, I've got the organic experience of the foods, the nutrition. I went on a naturopath course, to tell the truth, naturopathy, which is herbs. And I studied that for a couple of years. And then I opened a company called Fitness Flow, which is a personal training company. I went to the college because as I've been training a lot of years, I know how to train people, but I didn't have the qualifications to back what I'm doing. Yeah, there you go, to back what I'm doing. And so I went to the college. That's Claude's. I met back up with Claude's in the college, and I studied to be a personal trainer. And now I'm a level 4 PT, and I teach people how to be personal trainers. That's what I do now, and my company's still going. I got 4 people working for me, and yeah, we're still going. Even in the COVID, we're still going.
See what I mean? And you find time to set up these businesses, do the comedy, and well, I think I should be able to bring him up now. I'm hoping. I made my mind.
What are you bringing up?
What am I bringing up? Huh? Yeah. Because the thing is, when we first got together, you and Mr. C put together Cephas and who?
Cotler and Cephas. We did 2 characters. Yeah, we were backstage in the studio at that time. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I used to be on the radio station with Peter Terry at that point in time. And you two would have these characters, these old men characters.
Yeah,
I remember.
Old West Indian men we came up with. Well, why don't we just do 2 old West Indian men? I mean, Mr. C, we click anyway. All right. I can bounce off him, he can bounce off me. And when we did the 2 characters, we should have carried it on, but we didn't. But we really didn't. But,
well, it would have been hard as well because at the same time you had Roy Diamond and Sexy Rex.
That's right, and there was also
was around.
The other duo was around. Jefferson Whitfield was around at the time as well.
Was around, and also Dibby.
Dibby and Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff.
No, before
Jeff. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dibby was someone else. I can't remember who it was. Yeah.
Oh man, somebody in the room might be able to remind us. But this was before Jeff, because Jeff was doing his thing with street cred and what have you. But the circuit was going long before that. But this is the character. I want to know where the hell you come up with.
Day 17. We're still there, you know. We're still there. Guess what? Me, I play chess. Me, I play chess with myself. Guess who I win? Me!
He is so shallow. Peter is so shallow. Peter decided to do some guy who was a nutter, yeah, but he still gave him the intellect of somebody who could play fucking chess.
Yeah.
You see, you can't let go of that inner you that your parents brought you up to be.
Right.
That's gotta be hard.
I'm hearing you. Yeah, that was brought up during the COVID. When the COVID first hit and no one could go out, and I swear to God, at some stage, everybody must have went through this. Was a thought, I'm going mad, boy. I can't cope. So I thought, let me express myself and show some people that how mad it can be.
Yeah.
And I just decided one day just to put this wig on. I said, and I just filmed myself. I said, how would I feel if I really went mad, or you know what I mean? And that's the character that was born from that. That was it.
Okay.
So I did
it just seemed so off key. I was like, I'm not supposed to be seeing you anyway because it's a character, yeah? But at the same time, from the time I saw you put up the chessboard, I went, he's fucking blown it. He's blown it. He's blown his cover. He's blown his cover.
The problem when I did that character, do you know how many phone calls I got asking me if I was all right?
I'm not surprised.
So
yeah, mad.
I'm not surprised.
I'm mad. I'm mad. Yeah, I'm mad.
There's a lot of speculation about you, actually.
Really? Let them speculate.
Oh yeah, that's going on in the room.
Way that DJ Silhouette is that? Why you have the
camera? Wait, hold on. I'll find what I'm looking for.
The Antigua.
Basically, the word that's been bounded around is Gallus.
Easy. I don't know why they got that impression of me.
You don't know why they got that impression of you? Okay. You've got no idea why they got that impression.
No idea why people get that impression of me. Why
them lot just come up with it. They just come up with it, sir.
Yeah, let them come up with it.
All right. I don't trust women. That's why I carry around with me an agreement. You think it's a joke? Before I have sex with any woman, I have an agreement. It's a declaration form between me and, well, not you, but me and between. Yeah. How old are you first? 30. Yeah, man, everything crazy. But you know, we have to agree to things before we have sex or anything. It's a declaration form. And it says on it, are you over 18? Are you under the influence of any drugs? No. Do you consent to full sexual contact? Good. Do you have any disabilities? None. Huh? And do you agree what happens between me and you is private and confidential? Yes. So you'll have to tick the box. You think it's a joke? Everywhere I go, I carry this. Fellas, with the players in the room, you need this. So when you fuck them and have fun next week and then can't phone you up and say, brethren, you agreed, you know, sweetie. You agreed? Can't tell me nothing. Boy, that man, tick the box and fuck you later.
Did you automatically take me out of the room then?
Oh my God!
No. What it is that when the images come up, it covers you. That's what it is. But you can still see if I'm correct. So you don't know.
No, I can't still see.
You don't know how people got this impression of you.
Okay. Listen, that's jokes. I mean, that's jokes. I'm just saying what some people are thinking. It's the day when the Me Too movement started, and you know, it's very difficult for to get a woman to agree with you. You have to make sure yes means yes. Because back in the day, woman was, no, I don't. But really, she meant yes. But now you have to get something ticked, just in case.
Gallus, that's where look, a proper Gallus for true. That's what they must say about you,
Yeah, let them say that. That's a good thing. Maybe I am. Who taught you Okay, who taught you how to cook or have a love affair with food to lead you to chef? How did I get? I got a love affair with food from my mum. I was a mummy's boy. I really was. I was the one who went shopping with her week in, week out. I remember one time I got so bored of it, I broke the trolley, but I didn't tell her. You know them trolleys?
Yeah.
With the wheel. You used to have a little pin just to hold the wheel in, innit?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I was the one that used to have to carry the heavy trolley up and down the market while she's there shopping around. I thought, you know what, I've had enough of it. I took the pin out, and on the way home, the wheel started rock up. So I couldn't go shopping. So I couldn't go shopping the next week. So I said, yes, that's good. And so my dad had to go instead because he had to carry the shopping. You understand? So that's it. Yeah, but the love of food came through my mum. I've always learned to cook, and I've always lived. I lived by myself since I was 18. You know? Yeah.
Okay.
So when I said live
Why
by
was
myself,
that? Why did you get kicked out, or did you choose to leave?
not got kicked out. It's see, you got to go back to this Geddes thing. I've met women, and I was the accountant, remember? And I first bought my house when I was 18. So
Okay.
and that's how I ended up living by myself. I enjoy my own company. I really do. But
I
I
love
also
my own
enjoy.
company. I do.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it's something that I've learned to do. But I also enjoy women's company more so than a man company. Still, that's
conversation.
where it is. Huh?
Is it the conversation? But then, if you've got that love for your mum, it's not surprising that
Yeah.
being around a female, in terms of like where that's coming from. Because I always like to go to the root. Do you get me? As opposed to just the surface of it all. And I know that we're old enough to go straight into that kind of conversation, in the sense of like where is that spark coming from? Because the thing is that you're a father of 8.
All right, steady, man. What is going to talk about that? Well, that bad bitch.
Sorry, I do apologize.
Huh? Yeah, I got some kids, man. I've got some beautiful kids. All right, and that's the trial and tribulations of relationships that work. Some of them didn't work. You never know what's going to happen. But what does that do? That doesn't stop me from trying again. And the results are babies. I don't know. So that's it. I've got 8 kids, 8 beautiful kids.
There's nothing wrong with having children so long as you can.
Nothing wrong with them. But the thing about me and my children, just like my mum loved me, I love my kids. I have them every week. So even if I'm working, they're in my house. So
because I can
have them every week.
Testify to that many a time. I've been on the phone with you and I've heard, "Stop getting tea there, shut up!" Oh my God, sit down!
Backside.
All right. And then you
come on, fresh. Come on, fresh. Like, no, nothing. You know what I mean? Put yourself.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
I can testify, but I didn't really like the idea of you just dropping them off at the train station and leaving them. I thought that was wrong. There's better ways of getting rid of your children, yeah? You don't have to just leave them all over the place. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
No one will buy those free. That's the only reason why. No, that was a good day. I took her to Madame Tussauds. That's where that was from. Oh, 2 little baby there. I got nicknames for all my kids, you know, because sometimes I can't remember the names that I've given them. But I'm too good.
You got beautiful kids, man. You got beautiful kids.
Yeah, I know. I got the 4. I have to watch out. That's why I have to go gym because they're growing up. And the man them. Okay. I have to keep going gym. So.
You have to fight them off.
What?
You have to fight them off.
I did that. I put you guys put pictures of your children in the room. I don't do that. I put pictures of pregnant women with baggy pussies and shit. with stretch marks and everything. No babies for you. That's what will happen to you. That kind of bullshit. Nah. Anyway. Yeah, man.
I've got a question there for you.
What's she say?
You're bringing and your relationships with your mother and father has helped you being a good man because that's plenty of children. So more of a statement, really, isn't it?
Yeah, your upbringing and your relationships with your mother and your father. Yes, see, my mother and my father, they've been through thick and thin, but they're still together.
Are they still together?
56 years. Yeah,
okay.
That's a long time to be with someone who can get on your nerves. 56 years, but they're still together till this day. And it's something that I wish I had followed, but you know, life and society has changed in terms of relationship. Women now, they're bullshit. They independent.
No, they can survive. They can survive without a man. They can survive
without a man. Yeah, well, in certain situations, yes, but that's what's happened. It's broken that. In other words, a man and woman's roles have changed. There is no such thing as a man's role and a woman's role anymore. And I think that's what's broken down families. And that's the truth. That's me telling the truth. Because if we've got into a relationship and we identify, you know what, yeah, you can do this and we can do that, but we could meet at the middle somewhere, but still have your own responsibilities within a household, then I think things will get on so much better. But we overstep.
I think women have become too more independent now, aren't they? Women are more independent, and
Too independent.
They don't want that
Too independent.
husband role.
Yeah, you see.
No, well, the thing is that men no longer have to be the provider. But I think
That's what you think.
I still feel that a man should be allowed to feel and be treated as a man. We are not equal. We are not equal because you're a woman and I'm a man. So we're not in terms of responsibility.
Yeah, but I think women are too independent these days that they don't want to allow a man to actually do all them things and take over. They want to keep that independence.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, but
you know, we can pay our own bills.
I don't think we ever took that away from you. I honestly believe that it was the government who took it away because it was the government who was giving women houses. It was the government who was financing women. They were not financing the men. And I honestly feel that there was this false sense of independence to a certain degree that was pushed onto females. I honestly believe that it was actually pushed onto them, and the man was totally left outside. Especially, I'm more talking about class than I am about race when I say that, because that is up and down the country. That this has actually happened, and once again, I think it's a program. I think it's a plan. It's planning the same way that they plan to use prisons to keep companies going. They don't. It's like powers that be know exactly what is going on and why they do what they do. You know. Yeah,
there's plenty of men out there that's husband material. It's the same thing. We are husband material.
It's just that there's somebody else's.
You might have to put the word loyal in the brackets, but there's husband material because they're married. Yeah, you can find a married man. He's married. He's still husband material. Just may not be loyal.
Okay. Agreed. What we got here. Agreed, but it's called progress and liberation. Is it though? Liberation for who? Liberation for the family, liberation for the individual woman, liberation for who? What are you liberating yourself from? You know,
being reliant on a man. I always say, don't ever be reliant on a man financially. You have your own thing.
But that just goes back to your independence again, doesn't it?
That's right. And then where do you come together? Because you need to become reliant. I say 1 and 1 makes 1. That's how you get a child. So in other words, there has to be this working relationship.
Yeah, I know that.
Go on. It needs to go on. Because we're seeing too many. We're seeing too many. We have lived through what happens if two parents do not communicate. I'm not saying stay together. I'm saying do not communicate on a level that's going to instill some sort of sense of stability
within the family unit. Yes.
Yeah, but you don't always follow. I mean, my mum and dad are still together 54 years, you know, and I got divorced at 24. I was married at 19 and divorced at 24. And I've never ever wanted to be. I'd never do it again, ever.
I don't think you can call back time, darling.
I think 19 is a bit too young.
It's way too long. Way too young.
Way too young.
25 is a decent age.
That's right. That's what I'm saying to you.
Anyway, go out there, live life. I'm not saying just spread your seed. I'm not saying do Peter, right?
Don't do me. It's just life, right? That's life.
I think it's just life. So tell me something, Carlton. Let's talk about Carlton for a minute. Let's talk about Carlton for a minute.
Oh, okay, yeah.
How did that come about?
Meeting Carlton. What was Carlton now? His shows were Comment Me Laugh, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, Carlton saw me do a set down. I can't remember where he saw me do a set. Anyway,
was it Ipswich?
I think it went to Ipswich. But then he said he wanted to start up, get into the comedy business, and he wanted me to host his shows. And I was going, cool, that's all right. And then we started off down in Westbourne Park, Westbourne Park, Lava Grove. What was that name of that club?
Yeah.
The club. The
Down by
clubs
the
are
bridge.
down, just by
Down
the
by
train
the bridge.
station. Yeah, by the bridge, by the
Iron
train
Bar.
station.
Iron Bar.
Iron Bar. Yes, we started off in Iron Bar. Lovely, rowdy crowd, and it was lovely because I was hosting it, and it was really good. We then kicked off into Brixton. I don't know why he's choosing into Z Bar, which is owned by Gordon Mack.
Okay.
Yeah, he owns Z Bar. That was the roughest. Let me tell you something. It was the roughest place to hold a comedy show because you had real man from the road.
Yeah,
and
just coming off the coming off the line. I know.
Real man from man just come released from prison just to go to this place. And they were both make me laugh, man. Make me laugh, yes, sir. And it was all of that. And we had to do a comedy. I said you had to be really good. I remember I got American comics that come down there and they thought they were really funny. Yeah.
Right. List them names.
No, I'm not going to list the names because it's a bad thing. Because they got on stage and fought, yeah, and the man. And I know.
I just think that the American comics don't understand the culture of British humor.
But by the time he finished in Z Bar, I don't think he wanted to do comedy again because they said to him, "Go away, your blood clot." Yeah, and when you're hearing it real raw in front of your face, but you thought you're famous. And you hear him go with your blood cloud, your Yankee voice. I mean, I want to hear them talk, them brethren. That kind of talk. But the man is in your face. He's not back on stage. He's in your face saying it to you. There's nothing you could do but say to him, Jesus Christ, P, why did you book me for this? And,
but that's some solid learning, isn't it?
Some solid learning. That's why, that's why I could be feisty sometimes on stage because I've been through it. I've been through the battles of fighting.
So what is the switch like? So what is the switch like? Because I could talk to you like this. So what is the switch like when you then deal with the expats and we're now abroad?
The soldiers.
What do you do with your temperament? How do you deal with it? Because it's not the same.
No, it's definitely not the same. But it depends on who's in front. Because the soldiers can be quite rowdy, yeah. And so you're giving them banter that's going to make them a bit rowdy because that's how I run the show. So that they're connecting with me on a rowdy color level, lads color level. We're lads type thing. And so that's how I was going on that show. The American audience army bases are totally different to the English.
I found them reserved.
The American ones.
Yeah.
The American ones, no, but I found they're raw, Dread.
Is it? I found them to be a lot more reserved because I think it's because I used to take the piss out of them.
Okay.
And because all Jerry Springer was going on them time
Yeah.
So I had ammunition, so before they could even. It's interesting to watch a big fucking soldier, you know what I mean, just broke down because he hasn't got the intellect to deal with you on that level, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I hear that. I've never had a problem with the American audience. Well, I've never had a problem with all the English audiences. I just find I have to tweak my language when I'm talking to the American.
Slower.
Just tweak it. Yeah, just go a bit slower so that they get you. All right, and that's it.
Somebody's asking, have you ever taken a joke too far?
No.
You've never done it?
No, you know what happens, Rudy? I get to this point where I can almost, after experience, you sense if you just go across that line, something's going to happen. So you back off.
And that's why you've got to know how to die, isn't it? That's why you have to know what it is to die on stage first, or you're never going to know when you're getting close to that line.
There you go. Yeah. So you have to experience death to understand what's going on. To tell you, when I say death, I don't mean physically dying, Liz, because you're faced. I mean on stage where you've told a joke that has gone not too far. It's just that someone didn't take it. Yeah. Well, not even stop laughing, but they just didn't take. Just didn't take too kind to what you said, and that still happens now. You get some people in very sensitive audiences now. This politically
I find the younger audiences are more sensitive than the older audiences.
Political correctness thing has gone kind of mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can go on stage and have something positive to say about an agenda, something positive. But the minute I mention, it becomes, I'm homophobic or I'm anti-Semitic. And I haven't even said anything. All I've said, I see these gay guys. All of a sudden, I'm gay. I'm homophobic. So it's all gone sensitive, and sometimes I don't really care anyway. So
no, just own it. Own it. Own it. I find that that's the best way to navigate that. In all honesty, so from Make We Laugh,
Comic We Laugh,
Comic We Laugh, That's how we got to your world, yeah? Specials.
Special P
Because
Comedy World.
Because you went, why did you stop using Special P?
I was on not tour. Junglers used to do a weekend in Weekenders, or we go away for 3 days, and I was with what's his name, Tom.
Vince?
He lives up north. Hey Peter, man, damn it.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
He's Canadian. He's Canadian.
The Canadian, yeah. Hey Peter, man, and he says to me, man, why we call you Special P is like a gimmick? And we're sitting down, we was talking for about 2 hours.
Oh,
how Special P was a gimmick. You need to keep your name. It's like you're hiding behind a mask. All of that thing. And I went, so what? Just call myself Richard. Yeah, Peter Frost. Yeah. And it's from there my name is born. Had a word with someone who was looking after my bookings at the time, and they said yes, change it to Peter Francis, and I changed it to Peter Francis. That was it. Was it.
Okay. Because I did wonder why you went from Special P to back to Peter Francis.
Yeah, and Special P is the name. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, because Special P, I can understand how the women and everything you could use that as a brand, if you get what I mean. Yeah,
you'll see what I did with it. But Special P is was given to me by my mum. All right.
Okay.
The fact that I was born at home, the fact that I am the middle child, the fact that I'm the only one that's left-handed, and the fact that I could just make everyone laugh as an entertainer. And my mum said, I'm a special child. And she called me my special Peter. That's what she kept calling me, my special Peter. Did you see my special Peter? And so Special P, that's how the name was born. Yeah?
Okay. Francis is a good name. Yeah, well, you would say that, wouldn't you?
She's probably my cousin. I think we discussed that. She's probably my cousin, isn't it? Because someone died in her family. It's the same person I know who is my auntie, so she probably is my cousin to us. Since it was just smaller.
Because you used to say that we don't have an army, we got a gang.
Yeah, we just got a gang. We don't even have an army. We got a gang. It's a small island, man. Everybody know each other, even the cats and the dog. Everybody know each other.
Like my village.
There is a question there for you.
Where is it? Have you a fear of anything? In terms of, in general, you mean? Have I a fear of anything?
What are your fears? What do you fear? What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear would be if one of my kids end up hurt or go the other direction into the horrible life, the gang life and things like that. That would be my biggest fear. As a father, that would be my biggest fear. Or my daughter, or my daughter's ended up with kids after I put all them pictures in the website. Well, you never know. One of the kids ended up with 6 kids. Fuck, son. Jesus Christ. I saw pussy.
There was a question further up.
Go on. I must have missed it.
No, I think it's just that they're coming. They're really coming. They were coming, so we had to just go with the flow. But I didn't want this person to feel as though we've forgotten them. And that was with reference to the cooking.
Okay.
Is that coming back?
Coming back in terms of me doing it again? Well, it hasn't stopped, to tell the truth. It's just that I went away. But what it is the cooking is a STEM. Organic company, fitness company, cooking healthy. That's where it stemmed from. All right. Like I said, I've always cooked for myself and entertain people when they come, and I cook for them. And it was sort of like a natural progression thing. And again, COVID is people sitting at home doing nothing. Hey, why not I just cook live? And again, I cook live, and that was it. I was just told to keep doing it, and I've done it. I've done 2 episodes. It's going to be episode 3, and that starts back this Sunday.
Okay. So there's a little exclusive there that is going to be happening from the Sunday. I'm still waiting to get an invite onto your show, by the way. But we'll carry on. So when did these start coming about?
My cartoon, right? You're talking about alter ego. This is it. This is Special P. Yeah,
this is Special P. Okay,
that's my alter ego. He ain't gone nowhere. It's just my alter. He says things that I want to say on stage, but I don't want to say.
Shut up, man. Shut up. What is it you can't say that you don't say on stage?
No,
please tell me.
No. Listen, I know. You know. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm crafting myself. So you'll see later on in life. But he says things. There's two things that he does. Is I've got jokes written for years, and I said, you know what, I might as well turn these into a cartoon. Otherwise, they're going to be wasted material. And this is part of the cartoon of my jokes. Yeah. He also says things that I don't want to say on stage. All right. Like, just relax. And a man's going to put something in your body. I'm not saying that on stage. That's a cartoon for me. That's how the cartoon is born.
I like the lateral way that you're thinking in terms of you're looking at the business horizontally and vertically.
All directions.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All directions.
Which is really good. That's why it was no surprise to me, in all honesty, when you decided that it was time to I'm trying to get through your pictures, bro. Trust me. When you
Flush said,
right,
Peter is sensitive about his reputation.
I am indeed sometimes sensitive about my reputation, but because it depends how people view me. Yeah. It depends how people view you, because that does a lot. Yeah, it does a lot. Because if you view me like you viewed me as a gallus. Well, all right, no problem. But to media's eyes or to someone of importance, and they hear that word, they might not want to take me on board because of that. So it's important. But my reputation is like, kept together.
Antigua said, biggest fear could be another pregnancy.
So again, where's that comment, please?
I'm telling you, man, they're flying. The comments are flying, bruv. The comments are flying.
Your biggest fear could be another pregnancy.
Nah, man. If the right woman come along, I'm breathing. Yeah, I'm not having no more kids at my age.
Enough.
The comedy world. Oh yes, the BBC invited me. Yes, down to talk about life, and that was Windrush. That was one of the guys from the Windrush, isn't it? Who was going to get deported back to the West Indies. Yeah, deep. Peter, scared, not scared. You're multi-talented, Peter. Thank you, Peggy. Chef Peter.
No, he definitely is. I give him his due.
What's next for you?
That's a good question.
Yeah. What's next for me? Well, I've done what's that picture you brought up? Me and the show where we were on the sofa. That was a Special Piece Comedy World, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. I interviewed quite a few people. Same format of what you're doing now, which is absolutely brilliant, because I'm not doing that anymore. But what's happening to me next is
you lot didn't know the little snipe that he tried to put in there. He's trying to say, I've done this, because I've done this, I don't need to do
You're
this
all
again.
copying
No.
You're not putting yourself that thing.
No, we discussed it backstage already. You've already said to me that I've done this concept before.
I was aware of it. This is what I'm saying. It's not something that I stepped into. It's not something
I'm saying it's a good thing to do.
The formats are very old. They're not original.
Right. Yeah.
Can't take ownership of that.
No, I'm saying that you're doing it now, which is a really good thing. That's what I'm saying. Don't be offended. I'm going now. I know when there's underlying currents to what people are saying. Okay. You are multi-talented comedian, chef Peter Wasden. What's next for me is plays and the book. Yeah, that's what's next for me. Writing plays and producing a book. That's what's next.
Because the thing is that I think you did a one-man show at the beginning of the year. In January, is that right?
I did my one-man show was about 4 years ago, and it was in Barking. I've done two, but it's in Barking Broadway Theatre. Yeah, I did two, but I've just come off tour, just doing our sets in various cities in Holland and Germany. I've just literally come back from doing that. It should have been really bigger than what it is, but again, COVID hits, and it was scaled down. But next year, hopefully, we'll do it properly and right. It's just that the tickets were bought for the people already, and it was umming and ahhing, should I go, should I not go? And eventually, rather than to waste all that funds and money, I went. And I couldn't do Belgium, unfortunately, because Belgium was closed completely. They're worse than the UK or anywhere. Belgium is full. You can't even get into Belgium. But we did Holland, we did Germany just before they went on to lockdown, which is cool. Right. And then I came back to the UK.
So what's the conversation like when you're talking to them? Because that's a totally different. All the references, the British references, are gone. So
remember, when I write my comedy, I don't write my comedy specifically for English, black, white, pink. I write jokes, and the jokes are transferable. And when you have a joke that's transferable, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, it will go down. And it's been proven, because I've been proving it all the time.
Oh, my daughter's just come in the room.
Love Peter's fearless approach to life and the ability to transform will involve great model to his children. I'm trying to be the best role model I can for my kids. And this is what my world is all about. Because when you strip me down, the thing that would hurt me the most is, like I said, if anything happens to my children. And so I want them to understand that you can joke around, but you can still be successful with joking around. And that's the trail I'm trying to live. It's definitely a business, and I've still got my business going. Whilst I'm doing all these different things, my business is still going on the side, and I love that. And they can see that, and that's a good thing for me to show.
And I'm gonna say, I often say, I say big up to your mum and dad for that. I say I really do, because that's where it's coming from. Leary's got a question for you.
Who? Where Leary? So where's Leary? I can't see Leary's. Leary.
How
Okay,
did you go about setting up your company to train people to become personal trainers?
Oh, right. Okay. The company was born, like I said, was training people. Because of my accountancy skills, I could set up a company. I set the company up. I designed the logo, the flyer, and I just started to train people. I've never really gone out there advertising. My advertising, or should I say, is done for referrals. You know, if you there's a couple of people on here I've trained already, but it's done for referrals. People are losing weight under me, and they say, "Look, here's a personal trainer." Boom, 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 and that's been going now for 7 years. I've been doing this. The teaching came when I took the teaching training course, and I passed that, and then I started to teach in the college. Yeah, and that's how I become a teacher, personal trainer, and I'm level 4, by the way. Just for you to know that. You know.
No, he's like that. That's what I'm saying. You got. I know when he's being egotistical. I know when he's being egotistical. Yeah. If you could pick 2 people to be stranded on an island with, who would they be and why?
If I could pick 2 people to be stranded
We're in these
on
questions when we do anything goes.
If you could pick 2 people to be stranded on an island, who would they be? One of them would be a swimmer. So I'll have to pick a swimmer.
Yeah, go get help, man. Go get help. Go get some help, man.
And the other one obviously will be a woman to keep me occupied before the food comes. You know, it's like
nothing changed there then.
Still thinking with his dick.
I said to you, I like female.
No brains.
I said I like females' company. So what's the point of me?
And I think you want to take that back. Role model. I think you want to take that back.
They know when I'm joking and they know when I'm not, man. Don't spice you want to be one of them. Boy, what? I think Donna has been drinking too much. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, Peter, you can still look good with your spectacles on, you know. Lordy, top straight. What do you mean?
Tell him straight.
My eyes are fine.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I'm fine. My eyes are fine. Before, if they remember a month ago, I couldn't even read the screen.
Well, listen, mate. They don't. The lenses in your eyes get harder as you get older.
Well, yeah, you see. Okay. What I'm going to say to you lot now, and you lot take heed of this, right? What you need to do is make sure you buy yourself some bilberry. That's number 1. All right. Then you need to cleanse yourself out. Number 2, with some golden seal. All right. Once these things go into your system, it clears out the retina in your eyes. The retina. What gets clogged up is the veins behind the back of the eye. They get lazy at the back of your eyes. So you always have to get. What's the hardest working muscle in your body? Does anyone know?
The heart.
It's your eyes. So that's why your eyes are getting weaker, because it's the hardest work. Every single day, every minute of the day, you use your eyes to move around everything. So your heart is just palpitation. That's all your heart is doing. Okay, and it's fed by the ventricles. All right, that's all it is. Oxygen and blood. But your eyes are constantly moving.
I thought it was a spliff that was getting to the back of my eye. red, red blood.
But that's it. But that's what it's doing. It's messing up the blood, the vessels.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what was going on.
So, but once you clear out your blood, remember blood cells rejuvenate themselves every month, every 28 days. All right,
5 years.
Right? No. Every other day.
Certain.
They rejuvenate themselves. All right.
Yeah.
And so once even cells, which is the diabetes, you might talk to me about, but they rejuvenate themselves. So once you rejuvenate themselves and you keep them healthy, then the rest of your body remains healthy. But that's the important thing. Even with the COVID, you keep your body healthy. This is all part of the what I've learned.
Yeah, because I was going to say that we did skip something about you, and that was the fact that you did suffer with diabetes.
Yes, I had diabetes. And this is
fat, man. He was fat. I'm telling you,
I was quite big. And so I was thinking, how the hell could I get diabetes? I mean, I know my mom and dad has got diabetes, but the reason why is because the food they eat. It's the starchy foods, all right? And diabetes is, you must all know about diabetes anyway. And it affects your pancreas, but...
Yeah, let's not assume.
Right, so because some people think it affects their pancreas, all right? Because the pancreas is responsible for insulin, but it might not be your pancreas. What you need to start understanding is if your organs are blocked or messed up. So if you've got a bad kidney, it's going to put a strain on your pancreas. Your pancreas then puts a strain on your insulin, then you can't release. And sometimes there's fat surrounded by all your organs, which stops them from working.
Okay.
The idea is to get rid of the fat around each organ, cleanse out the organ. Remember, I told you earlier on, cells rejuvenate themselves. All right. Make sure you're healthy. You start with your liver. You start with your kidneys. You start with your intestines. You make sure you get vitamin C and vitamin D with the K. All right. Cleanse your body. And then you start again, and you see that your diabetes will go. Make sure your diet, but you have to exercise though. All right. Don't think you could just sit down there and say, yeah, man, peace, hey, don't take my word. I ain't a doctor. I'm just saying to you, these are the things that I've tried on people.
Nobody said you were a doctor.
I know the hardest working part of Peter's body. Let's stick to his eyes for now.
My eyes can watch from the back of my head. The kids would say, LOL, hence my eyes. You just had your eyes done. And well, all right. I'm not saying nothing. Peter's very logical. Go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've actually reached that time where it's now 10 o'clock. It's been special. There's so much more that we could still talk about. It's the same thing, same issue that I had with BBC, is the same issue I'm having with you. These guys were one of the first set of people I spoke to when it came to sharing my comedy knowledge, and they've shared it with the comedians below them, and we've grown. Have we not grown, Peter?
Yeah, we've grown but massively. We have grown massively.
We've grown massive to the point now where we're seeing, I would call our offspring now taking the piss in ITV, telling people that the reason why they're not answering the phones is because we're here already. Black people are answering the phones.
Was funny.
That was funny. That was hilarious. Is there anything you like to say?
I had to watch the guy from Jamaica who answered, "Where was Ochi Rios?" He had to play it again.
That's a proper dickhead. He's Jamaican anyway.
He's Jamaican anyway.
Most Jamaicans are fools anyway. You know what I mean? They just got one man who used to be able to sing songs from the Bible and stuff like that. And I respect Bob Marley. Trust me, I really do. But is there anything you'd like to say before you go, Liz?
No, just thanks for having me. It's been fun. Am I now officially a part of the Rants and Bants?
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll be seeing you on Saturday, where you'll be up against Mr. Conchaman. I hope that you will be able to also join us on Saturday morning, 15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudy Liquid, myself. Yeah, we have a quiz as well. There's a quiz in the morning, so bring pen and paper. You're going to need it. All right. And it's a right laugh. Is there anything you'd like to say before you go, Peter?
Well, I want you can follow me on I am Peter Francis on Instagram, and all I want you to do is watch out for the book that I'm releasing. Shall I say publishing? It's got a poignant message with it, and I want you to buy it. It's called Choice Story, I Know You. All right. So when it comes out, I do hope you buy it, and it'll be published soon. You know about it. You will know about it. All right. Okay. Yeah. Other than that,
I'm gone. I have to kick him out.
Kick him out.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to say goodbye, Liz?
Yeah, bye everybody. My daughter's tuned in. Few people on there that I know. Thanks for taking part and watching and supporting Rudy on his Keeping It Real.
Yeah, they're supporting you, girl, and thank you very much for the support, especially all the newbies. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to hit this subscription buttons. That really does help. I think it was a great show today. It was a great show. He actually helped me out jumping in because somebody actually fell out. And 9 out of 10 times, him and Mr. C or Quincy always come to my aid, and I've always felt grateful for having them around me. But this was Keep It Real with Rudy Liquid. Don't forget, next show is going to be on Friday. Rants and Bants crew next show is going to be on Wednesday. So can I spice, like how you put up that spicy question? Can I get some questions for Wednesday, please, Rants and Bants crew? And that's the Anything Goes podcast. That's on at 10 o'clock. It is an adult show. As you can see, the humor is just adult humor, ladies and gentlemen. It's not we're going to do great big jokes or whatever. We just have jovial conversations, and the comedy just shows itself the way that it does. So, on that note, all I can say is thanks for listening. Right? Thanks for listening. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you guys next week.
see. Yeah. And cheering and red card. Remember red card.
Paper round. This is giving young people plenty of money. Down in the milk round. You remember the milk round in the
How about you would date your family?
The rest of you are just putting up red flags, man. If you just put up red flags and we don't know who they're.
I don't think you wanted to be on the show tonight.
Right.
Yeah, and the reason being is that number one, that the way how things are taught is well beneath the standard of your child. So your child's now having to dumb itself down in that environment.
Whatever, Anna. Whatever.
Time I run.
Passenger. We're not interested in passengers tonight, yeah? We want you to get involved. We want to hear what you think. We want to hear.
Food in on the toilet. The toilet paper dropped in on the toilet. You say raw. What the raw smell to do? The whole toilet paper dropped in on the toilet.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Don't ask, Rory. Please don't ask. Just ignore it. Just ignore it.
Some man get licked regular from that woman. They don't even afraid to talk about it. Yeah, I'm talking. I say it's hard for women to hit you and you don't hit back, but it takes a man to walk away.
You gotta go walk downstairs. Remember your bottom no wife. Alright, now we get in there.
Those who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, our Anything Goes YouTube podcast. Then when we go live, you get the notification straight away. Alright?